Before the creation of the universe, there was nothing, only emptiness, no sky, no land, no living soul. All that existed was a vast empty void. But then, on God's command, the universe was born. Divine light came through the darkness, oceans were formed, and earth came to life. Within this new world, God created a sanctuary in the form of a garden, a paradise called Eden. In the heart of this paradise, Adam, the first man, was created by God. He was raised from the dust of the earth. God loved him very much and placed him in the garden that God had created. God thought that Adam would be happy in a place of beauty and abundance, where rivers flowed and fruit hung ripe from the trees. After this creation, God thought that giving Adam a partner would make him more happy. So while Adam slept, God took one of Adam's rib and fashioned it into a woman, Eve. On waking up, Adam was excited to see her and immediately knew that they were meant to be together. They lived in sheer bliss, no sorrow, no pain, only joy, love, and a deep connection with their Creator, God. In the center of the garden were two trees. They were named the Tree of Life and the Tree of the Knowledge of Good and Evil. God gave Adam and Eve a strict warning that they can eat to their heart's content from any tree except from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. He warned them that eating from that tree would mean certain death for them. While God was talking, in the shadows lurked a wicked serpent. It was, in fact, Satan in disguise. As soon as Eve was alone, the serpent started talking to her. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat from any tree, but God said we must not eat from this one or even touch it, or we will die." The cunning serpent replied, "Oh, you will surely not die. In fact, if you eat this fruit, you will become aware of everything, the good and the bad, and God doesn't want you to become powerful like him." Eve looked at the fruit. It looked pleasing and desirable. She was truly tempted to taste it. She reached out and touched it. Just the feeling of the touch seemed to be overpowering. In a swift move, she plucked the fruit and bit into it. It tasted delicious. Then she plucked another one and handed it to Adam. He could not stop himself either and ate the fruit. At that moment, their eyes were opened. They felt a surge of shame wash over them. Suddenly, they realized they were not wearing anything. They ran for cover and quickly covered themselves with leaves. For the first time in their lives, they were afraid. When they heard God's voice calling them, they were even more afraid. "Adam, where are you?" Adam came out of his hiding and said, "I heard you and was afraid, so I hid." "Did you eat from the forbidden tree?" Adam replied, "I wouldn't have. But the woman you created, Eve, tempted me to eat, and I ate it." It was Eve's turn now. "The serpent deceived me, and I ate it." Now God's wrath turned to the serpent. "Because of this deed of yours, you shall remain cursed always. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all your life. Then one day, your head will be crushed by the child born of this woman." The paradise was lost. Adam and Eve had to leave the Garden of Eden. But even in their punishment, there was hope, for one day God would send a Savior to restore what was broken, to bring his people back to him. What's your forbidden fruit? We all face temptations daily, some small, some life-changing. The story of Adam and Eve teaches us that even though our choices have consequences, wisdom and awareness can help us resist the wrong paths. Not everything that looks appealing is good for us. Question: before you act, don't let impulse control your decisions. Learn from mistakes. instead of repeating them. Subscribe for more biblical insights, and let's learn together.